Hello everybody, welcome back to another coaching session. I'm going to be here with Sean, and he's going to be playing his Spanish. Spanish is the civ he picked. He said he'd like to work on his tower rush, however I did mention to him that if the map did not look like it was good for a tower rush, I would not recommend he go for a tower rush. So, we're going to be looking at see if his opponent's map is good for a tower rush. What Sean can see from that, of course, I'm not going to recommend him something he can't see. But yeah, otherwise we'll go with standard Spanish strats. He's playing against Survive, who is playing as the Khmer. I'm pretty sure Survive doesn't know the Khmer very well, from his experience on as the Berbers. Why pick Spanish for a towers? The Spanish have they build their towers 33% faster, which is a very, very nice bonus. I don't think it's the best bonus for tower rushes, but it's certainly probably top 5 as far as tower rushes are concerned. Spanish have other options available to them too, so you can't think of just tower rush only build. No one does that going into a game. Let's check Sean Scout. He's got lots of nice deer. I think you have enough information to know where you want to build your lumber camp. So let's build that lumber camp. 6 on sheep. Let's check his gold. His gold is exposed, but it's
building it quickly, just to get a closer lumber line to where the villagers are chopping.
Keep building villagers. That's a really complicated question, to be perfectly honest. You don't want to have the lumberjack start taking the wood as soon as you start building lumber camp, because he'll start walking back to the town center. So in that case, you want to build the lumber camp with 2 villagers and then transition 1 to wood to be like 100% optimal. To be honest, it doesn't matter. You don't want to build the lumber camp before, too early though. So, yeah. That's a complicated question.
Alrighty.
Now let's have this lumberjack build a mill or a house. I don't think 4 villagers on wood is necessary. 4 villagers on wood is a Dark Age Rush build. With the gold that we have, a Dark Age Rush is not going to be good. So 3 villagers on wood gives us the option of Scout Rush or Tower Rush, which look like the best 2 options for our map.
Yeah.
Dark Age Rushes work better if you have a secure gold and plan on going fast castle, especially with Spanish. We cannot go fast castle with this map. Keep building villas. And we need a house. Good, that house position is perfectly fine. We can wall from the house to the town center a little bit later on. Don't do it right now because we want to keep those lumberjacks working. Micro that wood villager. It's a small detail. I think you should. Alright, let's get that builder back working. Oh, another donation. Carlini donated me $100.
Grass, Carlini, grass, Carlini, grass, Carlini.
Holy shit. Thank you, Carlini, so much. You have improved to legend status in my eyes, anyway. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. By the way, guys, after this, we'll be doing some community games. Anyone is free to join those community games, and we'll have crazy settings as usual. Oh my god! Oh.
Misclick.
Yeah, it's okay. It happens to all of us. Keep building villagers. We didn't... Wait, we found all of our sheep, didn't we? I was under the impression you didn't find all your sheep. Let me check. Yeah, you found all your sheep. So if you're planning on going for a tower rush, you have to scout your opponent's map early. I should have told you scouted all your sheep, but it's a little late now.
Yeah, I was looking for that last.
Yeah, so move your scout out. Let's try to scout his map. Going for tower rush, don't need the farm.
What?
Scout his map. You gotta scout it quickly if you want to do a tower rush.
Thought it was moving.
Now, so far your build looks like a scout rush build, which is perfectly fine. Let's bring 2 sheep under the town center, because the spore's about to run out. Let's get loom, because you're going to be housed. House, please. House. Good. Alright, let's see what Sean sees. I can only recommend him to go for a tower rush if I think it's good as far as what I see. Just as if I'm playing. One more village. Alright, you can click up now, actually. Click up now. Alright, gold, gold. Hill, forward. That looks good for a tower rush. Alright, since you want to do a tower rush, let's go for a tower rush. Send 5 full health villagers forward. And right now, because we gotta be quick. 5 full health villagers. Good. All the sheep herders can go to stone. Use only full health villagers.
Right away or leave?
Right now, yeah. Alright, you can send the 2 berries villagers, because they're working. Send 2 berries villagers to stone. Make sure your scout is moving in the right area.
Yeah, I see 2 of his golds. I guess I was going there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I see 2 golds forward and a big hill for the tower rush. I would honestly recommend you go for a scout rush, but since we want to practice the tower rush, we're going to take a risk. Bring the villagers forward. They need to keep coming. We're going to be a little late with the first tower. Good. The first tower is going to go right next to that palm tree. No. Actually, that's too close. Watch the scout. Watch the scout. The first tower is going to go between those 2 golds. And start building it immediately. Let's get our eco upgrades. You can rally point your town center to stone. We can add a few more to stone. Number on food looks good.
Is that tower location good?
Yeah, that's perfect. The next one, we'll just inch our way forward towards the town center so we can take our opponent off of more farms. Now bring your scout over. It's very important you're quick with your villagers. Garrison your tower so we can kill that villager. If he comes in and tries to rush your tower down, you have to quick wall it very quickly. Make sure you know your palisade hotkey. Good. Build the second tower. Yeah, that's good location. If he tries to rush it, build a palisade and a house really quickly to cover the tower. Yeah. Good. You have enough villagers on stone. The next few villagers can go to wood. Now, since you're Spanish, you'll get up that tower much faster than him. Let's garrison that tower. Can you hit those villagers?
Nope.
Okay, we have to avoid that tower. Let's work our way to the bottom. Work our way to the bottom. And there you go. Get a little closer to his town center. That way we can get more of those farmers. Yeah, house. If you want, you can get town watch. Town watch would be good. Alright, unfortunately got these buildings up. Good. Build your next tower in between those stables, like so you can get all your villagers on it. Yeah, that's the perfect location. That's where I want it. That should have been honestly more close to where your third tower was. Our goal is to take him off of these farmers. Also, now is a good time to move your scout out. See where his third gold is. That's very important. I think those villagers can fend for themselves, so we don't need to scout around. Find where his third gold is. If he's taking his third gold and has enough food, he might make knights. Here he comes. He's going to rush the tower down. Garrison your tower. Never mind. He went back. I changed my mind. With every villager that comes out of your town center, start to seed a farm. Make sure you have your farm technologies. Keep building towers around his town center. And you should use all 5 of your villagers. I wouldn't bother repairing that tower, because he's going to come out with scouts pretty soon. Okay, bring your scout back to support your villagers. Remember, all of your towers have to be within range of each other.
So this one's probably a little out of range.
Yeah, because he might come in with the scouts. If he comes with the scouts, then just retreat to your other tower. Let's start to see more farms. More farms. Actually, a barracks would be a good thing. Let's not build that farm. That way we can get a barracks up and build some scouts. Build some spearmen. Keep building the tower. Let's see if we can get the next tower up. Alright, this tower is not doing anything to survive. It would probably be better to go more aggressive with that, but that's fine.
Maybe
Keep the scout around the tower in case he tries to rush you. He's rushing you. Garrison the tower. Yeah, we could use a barracks now. We need a barracks at home. And a house. Mr. Housed. Make sure your villagers in your tower are working. Keep your town center running. Good. Keep working your way around his base with your towers. You have a few idle villagers in your base. Let's get those guys to wood. And from your barracks, you can build 2 spearmen. There you go. Keep building towers. Ah. I should have stonewalled that.
I don't know if that stonewall bound my
Make sure all of your towers are close together, remember? Let's get a blacksmith up when you can afford it, and watch your spearmen. There he comes. Watch your spearmen. Fight with your vills if you need to. Nice. Good defense. Ah, Garrison too quickly. Good, let's get another tower. There you go. That's not within range. You need to back it up a little. Would love fletching right now. Good defense. It's a good thing we had that barracks up.
Yeah, good call.
Make sure you have all of your farmers working. Garrison your tower. Oh, don't lose a scout. Sideways, sideways, sideways. Yes, there we go. Good. Good. Keep adding farms. When you can afford it, get fletching. We don't need any more spearmen. Oh, GG. There we go. Alright, good game. That worked out well. So let's bring Survive... Well, Survive is actually back in here, right? Let's check TeamSpeak. Let's invite him.
User joined your channel.
Hey, Survive, what's going on? Alright, Sean, so what do you think about the game, Sean?
I think generally it went fairly well. I maybe could have been a little bit better with making sure bills were not idle and not getting housed, and making sure continuous bill protection was there.
Yeah, so the Tower Rush is, it's a really hard strategy for newer players to play, and it's a really hard strategy for newer players to play against because they're so inexperienced at defending them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, if you would have bum rushed my first tower,
Yeah.
probably would have been GG for my tower rush, right?
Yeah, and as you go higher up, you see less and less Tower Rushes because players know how to defend them. There's two keys to tower rushes. There's knowing when to vil fight and being quick with the walls and that kind of stuff, and knowing where to place your towers. And tower placement is everything. A single tile can make a huge difference. For example, your first tower is one tile off of the gold. It's actually not covering all of the gold. So he's able to mine that gold, and if he had the food, he would be able to go fast castle. So tower position is everything. You have to be able to estimate the amount of tiles that you need to place your towers.
Yeah.
So the first tower, and also it's important that your first tower is very secret, which is why tower rush can be hard to do. Your first tower is in a good position, I would say. Second tower was also in a good position, but he got that counter tower up, and let's see. So we got the counter tower up. I think it's a premature tower for him, so we worked our way around to the right side. And the positions of the towers are pretty okay. I think your third tower, which is the tower, which looks to be your second tower if you're still in the game, should have been the tower that's closer to the stables. That way you can get it a little closer to those farms, and then work your way around. Honestly, the towers on the right side aren't that devastating because he can build his farms the opposite direction. And yeah. I don't think a tower rush would have been the most effective strategy for this map. I think a scout rush would have been safer. But if you do go for the tower rush, you have to make sure that you are always watching all of his golds. We have 2 of his golds. There's still the potential you can take his gold in the back.
That top gold. Yeah, I feel like almost...
And also, he has a back gold, a back wood, and a back stone. So his map is defensible from a tower rush.
Although if I would have tower rushed towards the right, it would have at least kept him off the stone if he didn't, you know, deny my towers.
You mean on the top?
Yeah, he has...
Yeah, but he put a defensive tower in that location, which would have made it hard. So we would have had to walk past the line of sight of the defensive tower, and then when we started to build our tower, he would send 6 villagers to take out our tower. Would have been what happened.
So what sort of defines or
a good tower rush map?
towards a good tower rush map? Yeah.
Forward stones is a must. So you start to tower your opponent, and immediately you take away his 2 stones. So he can't build more than 1 defensive tower. That's a good tower rush map. Tower rush map is a good map with hills. A map where their wood lines are very exposed. His wood line is pretty good in the back. Or where their golds are exposed. We have one of those 3. We have maybe 2 of those 4 things. We have the hill, and we have the golds forward. Although not all the golds forward. There's a gold on the top. So you got about 1.5 out of those 4 things.
Okay. That sort of, well, obviously requires scouting for...
Yeah, so you have to scout the map very early if you want to go for a tower rush right away. Which means you have to find your resources very early. If you want to do a designated tower rush straight away, you probably don't want to build the 2 farmers. You want to go up really early. We probably could have gone up a little bit earlier.
So how many vills would that be?
20 villagers is great for a tower rush. You could do 21, but that's assuming that you had your town center working the entire time.
Yeah, so it's sort of something where get just enough food for feudal.
Yeah, but then you just completely discontinue food.
Yeah, click up and jump to stone.
And send the vills forward. Yeah. And you could do 5 or 6 villagers. 5 minimum.
Okay.
One of the nice things about a tower rush, though, is you don't have to go full tower rush. You could do... There's plenty of other builds that towers can be used as support. For example, if you do men-at-arms rush, and you keep adding men-at-arms, then you can send villagers forward and add towers later. So that's a pretty strong combo there. Also, if you do some sort of forward, like you want to do forward barracks, forward 2 archery ranges, and you have those villagers laying around, then you can add towers also. So it's important to know how to use towers. Sometimes also, if your opponent's going for a fast castle, or you notice he has like a really like a wood line that would be perfect for a tower, sometimes you just send a single villager forward and try to get up a sneaky tower just from across the map.
Just to annoy him on that one resource he really needs.
Yeah. And, take them completely by surprise. They wouldn't expect... Like, say they have 1 wood, and the only way you can hit the wood is by placing a tower on it. They won't really expect that you're going to send a single bill forward, use all that idle time to get the tower up. But once it's up, it's really devastating. But the pure tower rush is not as conventional, although it is used sometimes, particularly with tower rush civs, like Koreans. So it is a good thing to know. But the more conventional strategy for you probably would have been scout rush. I think that would have been a little bit safer.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't see... You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't see anything that my tower rush did that a scout rush wouldn't be.
Yeah, exactly. It would have been safer too, yeah. Particularly if he wanted to bring his vills in. If he brought his vills in, he could have done a number on our towers, maybe. But yeah.
Yeah, I guess maybe if he's walled already and has his resources right towards the outside that he's collecting, maybe
Yeah.
a tower there would be good.
But on the bright side, if you do see 2 stones forward and a hill, that would be a good reason to go for a full tower rush.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright. Do you have any questions, Survive, on how to defend a tower rush?
Well, I mean, I kind of know how to do it. I just thought that he would have some military there, like a scout, for instance, when I tried to deny that tower.
Yeah. So you went up on 2 stables. Do you think it's possible to sustain 2 stables off of, 3 farmers?
Well, I was kind of at that point where I had to do something, so I made it a point to focus on food in the Dark Age. Like, I built like a lot more farms than usual because I wanted to do a scout cavalry rush or scrush. So, but I didn't beat him to the feudal age, and then
Was your designated strategy a fast castle?
no, it was a flush.
You had the amount of farms required for a fast castle, not a scout rush.
Yeah, I'm still trying to learn how to do flushes. I'm still trying.
Matty Moo has off of his YouTube channel has a really good guide on scout rushing. You could just check it out. Go to YouTube, search Matty Moo Scout Rush. He's got a really good scout rush build. I would recommend it.
All right, thanks. I'll go look at it.
What is it?
How do you spell that?
Matty, Matty, Moo, Moo. Scout Rush. Basically, the Scout Rush, you don't want to seed more than 2 farms in Dark Age. You're required to seed 2 farms in Dark Age, but you don't want to seed more than that.
Okay.
Otherwise, you're looking at a fast castle build, where you need more farms. Scout Rush, you want to do 21 population up. You want to do 3 vills on wood early. Focus on food heavy. Click up on 21 or 22 population. After that, then you focus on food and wood a lot and get your stable up. But never 2 stables. 2 stables is way too hard to maintain when you first get up to the next age.
Okay.
And it's important with the Scout Rush you get up really early.
Usually, like with archer rush, archer flush limit, they usually run I think they run 2 archery ranges, right? So I thought that'd be the same for a scout, but apparently not.
Yeah, when you do for an archer rush, make sure you go up a little bit later because it's a little more taxing on your economy.
Okay.
Yeah, and I have a lot of guides on my channel for a Dark Age rush, archer rush, which really, covers the weaknesses of an archer rush. So I do recommend learning the Dark Age rush as well. Those are the 2 big builds: Scout Rush and Dark Age rush archers. And when you defend against the tower rush, the defensive tower position is really important. Your first defensive tower was pretty nice. It's really important that the most important way to defend against a tower rush is to scout the first tower. If you can see the villagers coming forward or you see the first tower going up, that's when you have to immediately send at least that amount of villagers to go take out the tower. The first tower by itself is pretty vulnerable.
Okay.
So you see him building a tower. He just started the tower, and he's got 5 villagers on it. That's when you have to send probably about 7 villagers to go, hit the villagers building the tower, but also destroy the tower. And if you do that, you'll be at a huge advantage. If he's already gotten the first tower up, then you have a bit of a problem, because he's going to start building the second one, and once the second one goes up, they'll defend each other. So that's where you have to mine stone, which is what you did, and place key defensive towers.
Yeah, I mean, I knew he was surrounding my base with it, so that's when I called the GG. But my plan, I guess my plan was...
Well, the thing is...
Sky Rush.
Yeah. The thing is, on the bottom, you could have stopped those towers from going up. You had 6 scouts and villagers in the area 6 scouts and villagers might have been enough to take down a tower, or just harass the villagers, honestly. Because those towers weren't connected either, until that tower went up in the middle.
Alright, good to know.
And also, take your gold in the back. You have a gold on the top side. That's much safer than the gold on the left. Oh,
Yeah,
and
so
you also have to ask yourself, why do you need gold in your situation?
Because I tried my best to get to the castle age as soon as possible, so that...
Yeah, but it's not going to be possible with the towers on your food. You have to first focus on stopping the towers or doing damage at your opponent's base, and then worry about going to castle age.
Alright.
Alright.